Hey there guys, welcome back to the Wizarding Vault and welcome to a very exciting gaming news. We now finally have the first official announcement of the long-awaited Harry Potter RPG, Hogwarts Legacy, along with some details about what is going to be expected from this game, including when it's set, the story, locations, and when to be expecting this game to be released. So with that roundup complete, let's get into the news. Grip your broomsticks tight as we finally land ourselves in the front seat of this new story from the creative minds at Avalanche Studios. This new game lets you become a late attendee of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and feel the awe as you learn spells and potions, tame fantastical beasts, and learn about deadly forces. With this announcement, Portkey Games have not held back on any of the details. So, let's start with the campaign. Hogwarts Legacy is set in the late 1800s. You are a new student arriving in their 5th year after receiving a late acceptance letter and soon discover you are the key to unlocking ancient secrets, as your character has the ability to perceive and master ancient magic. However, you can decide whether to protect this power or to use it for more sinister means. So because this is set in the late 1800s, we can't expect to see any of our familiar faces from the Harry Potter films. However, depending on the level of research the developers have done when creating the story, we can roughly guess at who will be the headmaster of Hogwarts during this time span of the campaign. Our two choices for head teacher are between Eupraxia Mole or Phineas Black, as both of these head teachers were in office during the late 1800s. However, there are already rumours sprouting up that Phineas has made his debut in the trailer for the game in the form of the Potions Master. It will be interesting to see whom the team have chosen as teachers of the school, as it will be refreshing to see different approaches to the role. Plus, it will make a change to have a Defense Against Dark Arts teacher that lasts longer than a year. The game will allow you to create your own character and develop your magic in your own way. Hogwarts Legacy will feature a character customization similar to very many RPGs, which was briefly shown in the leaks back in 2018. There is yet no word on whether you'll be able to customize your character's clothes, or if your robes will have any stat effects on your abilities. Players will grow their character's abilities throughout the game and master spells, hone combat skills, and be able to select companions to help face off deadly enemies. Now, I'm hoping this will work very similar to Skyrim or Outer Worlds, where the player will encounter different students around Hogwarts, and they will have their own skills and abilities which the player can then utilise. No doubt you'll have to run some sort of errand first. Players will also be able to choose which house their character gets sorted into and explore their common room with their fellow housemates. However, it is unclear at the moment if you will be limited to one common room or you'll be able to explore all 4 common rooms within one playthrough. Whilst it hasn't been confirmed at this point, I'm hoping that Hogwarts Legacy has some type of club or guild system, and I have my fingers crossed for some form of online multiplayer aspect, which will make the game feel more alive as you explore the different locations within the game. So far, there hasn't been too much detail as to the expansiveness of the open world aspect to this game. However, what we do know is that players will be able to explore Hogwarts and the surrounding grounds, including the Owlery, Quidditch Pitch and Forbidden Forest. Players will also be able to explore Hogsmeade, Diagon Alley, Nocturne Alley, the Ministry of Magic and other places beyond Hogwarts. The only thing worrying me is locations which are established during the books of Harry Potter that might be seen in the game. 2 examples of this can be found in the official artwork released for the game. This shows a tree very similar to the Whomping Willow, which was actually planted in the school in 1971, long after the events of Hogwarts Legacy. The other being an image of an acromantula in the Forbidden Forest. I'm more relaxed about this being in the game as long as they don't make references to Aragog. So far, all we know about the gameplay at this point is that it will challenge players in unexpected ways, providing players with scenarios that will pose difficult choices and determine what the player stands for. It will be interesting to see if Hogwarts Legacy will lean more towards gameplay seen in the Outer Worlds and Fallout, where dialogue options are only available if you have unlocked enough skill points within a certain skill tree. And maybe we shall see something similar based on which house a player is sorted into. It will be also interesting to see if the game harks back to the Prisoner of Azkaban games or the early Harry Potter EA games, where classes were held as mini challenges for the player to complete before unlocking that spell. Hogwarts Legacy is set to release in 2021 for PC, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PlayStation 4 and PS5. I cannot wait to see a gameplay trailer to finally get some close-up details about this game. This will ultimately be the deciding factor if many fans will be getting a copy of this game when it releases. Let me know your thoughts about the upcoming release of Hogwarts Legacy down in the comments below. What do you guys want to see featured in the game? What customizations are you looking forward to seeing? And what has you excited for this game? And remember, for all your Hogwarts Legacy news, make sure to check here at the Wizarding Vault. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you never miss another Hogwarts Legacy news update.